Okay, we are live. It is Tuesday. It is needle felting day. And we are back to working on this banana sluggy. We're slowly getting there. So today we're going to start to work on the back little colors here. Now, husband said that he wanted it modeled after his little puppet, so it's kind of why we've done the color selections that we have. Got our finger protectors on here. Okay. So we kind of need to figure out how far down we want to come. I'm thinking maybe around in here. And we'll get this kind of positioned into here as best as we can. It doesn't really need to be like completely symmetrical, just so that it's something kind of close. If we can get it kind of close to each other, that would be super great. We'll see how we do though. I hope everybody's Tuesday is starting out okay. As we are diving into this guy. Because, like, we don't have a ton left to do on him himself necessarily, but I still want to make that log for him to hang out on. Right, so that's going to take a little bit of doing. We're not making the log solid though. That would be a little silly and take forever. So I'm just gonna kind of felt a shell, hopefully, and then stuff it. I might have to sew part of it together. But I figured I'd worry about those details once we get a little bit closer to that stage. Right now I'm just trying to get this darker yellowy gold color kind of worked in here and attached on in. And we'll see how we do. Okay, so that's kind of that mark there, because right around in here, well, maybe it should be up here. Make that a little bit bigger. Get this piece of fuzz off my face. I'm happy with how our seahorse is looking. That guy's coming along pretty good. Still feel like I've got like a piece of fuzz or something. Okay. Now, when I get done the seahorse, we might try to figure out another gift. We'll see though. This guy kind of around in here. And I did get a little bit of video editing done last night. I'm up to working on the 54th recording. And that was where it appears that I had to change recording locations. I didn't necessarily have to, but the mother-in-law had come back sooner than we expected. And I didn't know if she was staying in the house or not. So I had to move all my stuff out of there, because if I hadn't, like, she didn't end up hardly coming in there the whole time. But if I hadn't moved out of there, I'm sure she would have needed something every 5 minutes. It's just kind of the way it goes. But I was wondering how far I had gotten into that before I switched locations, and I actually thought I'd gotten farther than I did. Which is kind of fascinating. I had thought I had gotten the top half done before I had moved, but I did not. Got glitter on this thing somehow. I'm not entirely sure where that all came from. Are you putting that stuff in the dryer or hanging it?
I might put it in the dryer today.
Because I think it's done. I haven't heard the washer in a while. I will say if there's a lot of stuff still stuck to it when it comes out, it'd probably be better to hang dry it. Okay. I mean, they don't have to be identical, but we can try to get a little bit done here. Okay. Take a little bit of our, what is this? Olive drab is what they are referring to the color name as. Like, I don't need a whole lot of it. Okay. All right. So then maybe I should take all of it. I don't know. All of it might be a little much. I'm going to try to do the same little bit over here. Okay, so I am using acrylic yarn instead of roving. That is what is more easily usable for me and my budget. Because I do get quite a lot of fluff for the money going with the yarn. And then we've got, now this looks almost black, but I'm gonna do a what is this? Is this the coffee? This is a coffee bean color brown here. Those are close in size. The other one probably is a little bit bigger. Okay. So this might be a little bit tricky. Just to try to get the shape right. It's not quite a circle. It's not too bad of a shape for me. Not too bad. Okay. So this guy. Oh yeah, this guy's a lot bigger. That's okay. We'll get it sorted. Come in at a slight angle there. Just to try to nudge part of that. Over just a bit. That piece was probably a little bit bigger than we necessarily needed it to be. But that's okay. Sometimes when I'm trying to like position stuff on a creature, I'll go with a little bit more than I think I need. Because as I've learned from doing the little paintings that can be a little tricky to get the amount white right. But I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, this side is a little bit bigger, but it's okay. No, I'm gonna go back to my gold color here. Because on this guy, he's got some streakies down the body. Just in like some different places. So we definitely have a fall toned color, fall color toned banana sluggy here. Okay, so this I'm not gonna be real fussy with its location because it's just kind of like streaked. It's kind of like streaked along here. We make our way down the body here. And there is Cow. And Mr. Bean. They were being so good too. And now they're gonna wrestle. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, take it down a notch.
And it sounds like he's being murdered, but A,
He's
he
not.
keeps encouraging it, and B, he's winning.
Yeah.
He's doing that while the kitten's pinned under him.
And sometimes the kitten's not even touching him. They're just standing there. I swear, as soon as they think I'm doing something, they've got to make a bunch of noise.
You just start at Kitten Rumble o'clock.
No, because there are other times where I've been recording on non-stream days and they're making all kinds of noise. I stop recording and they go quiet. I'll take like a 10-minute break, grab a snack.
Oh, look, you're getting my foot. Oh, lucky you. Oh, you're so good at getting my shoe. There you go. Have fun. Stop getting cow.
And then as soon as I hit record again, they start all over again. I'm like, really? It's like, you guys are dicks. Like, absolute dicks. But he was so good last night. He's got all of that void kitten energy that needs to come out, I guess. If the laser pointer's charged, you should use that to tire him out. Can you find out if she even wants dinner tonight? If she's having that bad of a headache?
Yeah, but it might change depending on how she feels when she wakes up here.
Because she hasn't even gone out to smoke early this morning. She's usually gone out by now. Just trying to make sure that all of my little ends here,
Yeah, she's asleep.
like in her chair or in bed?
In her chair. She said she didn't sleep last night. So now she's sleeping in her chair. I assume she'll come get us when she wants to go smoke.
Okay. What made that pig? He's just getting into everything today. So grab a little bit more. So while I did get some editing done last night, that's really the only thing I got done. Don't know that I will get much of anything done today. Kinda depends on how the afternoon goes. Okay. Need a little bit more. Not a whole lot more. But I do think we need a little bit. Just a little. Now I might grab some of this banana cream yellow that I've got. Kind of wish I had another yellow that was a little bit lighter. Try not to add any more yarn right now to my collection. Okay. We will get all of... Okay. Whatever this is, it's driving me crazy. I don't know if it's just like a phantom feeling. And again, it could literally just be my eyelashes touching me. Which, looking at that mirror, it probably is. Okay. Let me tuck that back into that bag. Alright, where is this color? There are some lighter streaky bits in there. Might look too white though. It's when it is not like stacked up on itself. It might be too white. What if we go with a cream? Yeah, this might be a little better. This might be a newer color. Bag was very full. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water on the tip of my finger. Like a drop. I'm gonna shake most of it off. Just gonna tap that. Just to try to bring those little flyaways and the looser fuzzy bits that are just kind of everywhere. Just kind of bring them a little bit closer down to the surface here. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not so bad. Just gonna grab another really fine amount here, like really cloud wispy. And I'm just kind of tapping that down. Now, I'm not wet felting this. I am just trying to get the little fuzzies to stick down onto the piece itself. just to kind of help smooth down a little bit. And I'm not saturating it. It was literally my fingertip touching the surface of my water cup. And shaking off most of that little tiny drop. And then whatever little bit was left on my finger. Kind of coming back and smoothing everything down. Like, I don't want to totally overdo with this color. Nope, you need to stay. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I need to kind of anchor part of it first. And then kind of come back. In there and then get to attaching it. Okay, so far it's not too bad. This spot up here trying to be a little unruly up there. This is why I'm doing the face last, because of all the twisting and turning I'm doing here. That way I don't mess up the head. So we're gonna definitely need to put some work into that guy. Okay. And these little streaky bits, they're going to take a little bit more effort to get those in place. If it's going to cooperate. Might need to come at it a little bit better. Alright, that feels pretty good there. And it's subtle. it's not going to stand out very well. Like the camera's not picking it up super well. But you can kind of see it. You can see it in person where the color difference is. A bit better. Come on, you get up. Okay. Now. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the little fringy bit here. But I'm going to work on that a little differently. I'm going to grab some of our green. So I'm going to try to make a little bit of a snaky here. This guy needs to be a bit longer. I'm just grabbing a little bit of water, just a drop. We don't need much. And I'm just gonna try to felt it on itself here. So I can't be too skimpy with it. And I might have to add more to it. I'm just trying to, at the moment, kind of figure out a shape here. Alright, so we're going to get this little bit here. Now I probably am going to have to add more to this as we go. Just because it's going to shrink a little bit. And right now that is really, really delicate. All right. Very, very flimsy at the moment. So I just want to add a bit more to that. So I'm just trying to build this up. I mean, maybe I should have done this part in the polyfill, but I don't know. I don't think I necessarily need to. So we're just kind of stabbing it through itself a bit here. Lightly. That's very important. Like you don't want to go all gung-ho and go to town into the mat, because then you're not getting it back off the mat. Like that's not really gonna work too well. Give me 1 second here. Just have to do something real quick. Okay. Sorry about that. I guess it's officially a real stream since we had an advertisement, or tried to have an advertisement. Oh. I don't have an endless amount of this left, but I do have more of this color if it comes to it. We haven't had to fluff more of any color yet in the middle of a project on stream. But if we need to, we need to. I just have to remember what bin that color's in. I think it's in this other one that's next to me. I really need to refill fluff bags. Just haven't gotten around to doing so. So like sometimes as you are stabbing through, you'll get some thin spots. It'll shrink a little bit because you're pulling all the little fibery guys in together. So, I mean, it's normal. It's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Screw it. Back and forth a bit here till I get this guy built up to my desired stabliness. Right now it's very flimsy, it's very delicate. I might need to add a little bit more to it. We'll see. And because I'm felting it onto itself, this is definitely a time where you're going to want to pull that up pretty often. Just so you don't end up with an oopsie and you and your mat are very well acquainted. It is possible to become too acquainted with your mat and the thing you are working on. Trust me. It is very, very possible. This might require a bit more fluff to get this to a stabled, desired stableness here. Like, I don't want it too stiff, but at the same time, I need it to hold together, which at the moment I'm not real confident it's gonna do for me here. It still feels a little too thin. Basically, you would just keep working it back and forth. And it's getting there. I'm thinking maybe just a little bit more fluff here. I don't think we need a huge amount more. Just using a little bit of water to create a little bit of friction on my fingers. Just so that I can get all of that bit that I just rolled to roll together. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to add the striping in before I attach it or after. I don't know if that would be better before. I'd have a little more control over it if I do it before. Now we're just merging these two bits together here. So do this gently. Ever so gently. Like, I don't want it super stiff. Now, see if I turn this sideways, you can see all those little prickly bits. See all the little fluff poking through? That's from the needle going through the top layer and grabbing the top fibers and shoving them through the bottom. So we are basically force weaving it through the other layers of fluff here. Essentially. And as we get this more solid, we won't have that as much, but if it is still pretty visible, we can always come back in with some scissors and gently and carefully give that a haircut. I was just a little short on that. As we were stabbing into it, I was seeing how this end was pulling this end a little bit shorter, so just wanted to add a little bit more onto that. I'm being very gentle when I pull this up so we don't damage the mat or our piece. And then I'm just going to come back through on this side once again. And we're just going to repeat the stabbing all over. On this side here. Okay. And like, I don't want it real stiff. But I need it a little bit stiffer than this. It's getting there though. It's definitely getting there. We are making progress. So this can be a little time consuming. It can be a little tedious just because it gets a little mind numbing sometimes if you're doing like a lot of stuff that's not like super fast progressing along, but that was more of like a darky yellow now that I'm looking at it, but I don't know, at times this has sort of like a greenish tone to it. I don't know. Probably should change the color, but I don't know. It just seems to have so subtle of a green shade in there. It's like this really weird shade though. What do I want to... Maybe if we go a little bit of light caramel. This might be too light. It might be too light. But then again, it might be just what we need here. So now I kind of have to wrap the edges there, don't I? Well, I mean, I guess we could have a little bit of the green kind of shining through. That probably won't be so bad. Right. And then I'm just gonna stab all of this back through. To the other side here. It does mean we'll have some molted color to this. And that's probably okay. It does mean I'm going to need to do this to the other side. But I haven't made the other one yet, so we're okay. Did maintenance finish yet?
Nope.
Really? That's weird because they had an update queued. Okay. And I'm just kind of still going back and forth with that a little bit. All right. So I'm going to grab some more of this color here. So this is a light caramel color. And I'm just kind of wrapping that around. And this will take a little bit to get done here. Because we have to keep flipping it. Just to make sure that we've got that attached on into there. Now I'm okay with this side being a little more green than the other. Like, that's fine. But yeah, the more I was looking at the straight green, I was like, I don't know about this. Bad color call, but that's all right. I mean, we still have a fair bit of the green visible. Do we need to put the other fan on?
No.
It's very still in here. Where's Bean?
In the room currently. I just made myself lunch, so the stove is hot.
Oh.
So I'm waiting for that to cool enough to not burn to the touch.
Yeah, I don't know if he's jumped up there since we put the foil, because I haven't heard the foil. I don't need this super tight, but I do need it to be able to be wrapped around here. Now, you could just make this out of this color if you want. You can make it purple for all I care. I mean, it's your guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to be solidly covering the green. I'm just trying to make it not quite so green. So it's not like terribly flashing with everything else. Did you ask her if she was okay with chicken for dinner?
I did not.
gets checked on her general health. She seems relatively okay.
Okay. And we will come back through this side. Yeah, 'cause I did need a little bit of flatness to this. So doing it this way is giving it that little bit of green hint in there. So that's good. And I'm gonna come back in with my flat scissors and trim this guy up a little bit just so he's not quite so all over fuzzy. So this will take a minute. Plus it's making this a little bit more sturdy too, so it's kind of doing double duty for us here. I'm not pulling that super tight. Doesn't really need to be super tight. If I pull it super tight, I might lose my width. What width we've got here. And I don't want to do that. Now, I suppose if you really wanted, you could wrap the whole thing and then start stabbing. If that would be easier for you. I kind of feel like that would be a little bit messier, but maybe not. And maybe the color would be a little more even. I don't know. I think that's going to come down to more of a personal preference situation. Okay. gonna work all of that back on through. You know, that helps make it a little bit sturdier. Now we're shoving the fluff back through the other way. And it is tightening that up a bit. I'm going to do one more shove through on this side. Oh, I'm going to try to do one more shove through on this side. I will work on trimming up all of the excess little stabby throughs. So is it showing? Yeah, you can kind of see it. When we get done with this. So this shrunk a little bit. I was expecting it to shrink a little bit. So I mean, that's not that big of a surprise. So just a drop of water there. Like, I'm snaking this, but I'm not like super tight snaking it. I'm stretching it out in a couple places where it feels a little thicker than I was looking for. And I'm gonna just start wrapping that around. I'm gonna try to overlap it a little bit in places, just so I don't hopefully have any weird, overly weird thin spots open up. Oh, careful. Stabbed into the finger protector. All right. Just changing how I'm sitting here. Alrighty. Very carefully lift that up because it will attach to the mat. Because you're essentially felting the thing into the surface of it. You're not doing it on purpose, but it's gonna happen with how this works. The little bits are going to catch into the mat. And we're just shoving everything back through. To the other side. Reminds me of those commercials for like the Biore nose strips. I'd show all the little black bits. Kind of what it reminds me of. You'll see all the little spikies from where the needle stabbed through. On the opposite side. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we will definitely need to do a trimming pass before we add our striping in. I'm gonna try not to be too fussy over like the little seam there, because we're gonna do some striping on these guys, and hopefully once you get the striping in, that won't be so much of a thing. And I'm hoping that I didn't make this too thin. Like, you can still see the green through it, and that's fine. But I think it's a little bit better than the solid green. That solid green was a bit of a shock to the system there. But I didn't necessarily want it solid cream, so. Alright, well, that's decided it wants to be 2 pieces. Okay. Don't know if we'll get one of these attached. It might just be the entirety of today making these, because I still have to make another one. This is just for one side. Okay. All of that. Alright, and now back through other side here. So we're doing that back and forth a couple of times just to make sure that this other color is fully incorporated and stuck in there, so it's not going to be going anywhere. And it's also helping to stiffen this up a little bit so it's not quite as loose as this one. You can feel a texture difference, a density difference. Like this is a bit stiffer and this is a lot more floppy. My hair doesn't need to be on the mat though. Let's get that out of there. Okay. This guy. Pop him in here next. Alrighty. And you know, we're just gonna keep doing that the whole length until we get down to where we need to be. And then we'll give this guy a bit of a haircut. Maybe we wait on the haircut till we get the other one done. We can do it all at once. Okay. And again, we're just gonna keep flipping over and over a couple of times. Like if you do it indefinitely, you'll have something like this small in the end and it'll be so dense you won't be able to get the needle through it. You know, at least a couple of times back and forth till you get that incorporated with how you want it to be. All right. And it kind of looks like this side or this section's going to be a little more green than the other sections. So I need to figure out if that's going to be a bother to me or not. I think it'll be okay. Probably be okay. Alright. Right now it just kind of looks messy. Okay. So, and we're just gonna wrappy. And I am wrapping around. So the underside is getting some color as well. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're getting there on this guy. Ever so slowly. So after we get the other one made, then we'll do a trimmy trim. And then we'll do the striping. So now I can put these two colors to the side. Okay. This guy. I mean, look, I really like a little bit more to wrap the color around. So we're getting there. I know it's a little messy at the moment. But it's okay. All right. Do another round through the back. And one last jab back through the front. You okay? I wasn't sure if you were trying to get my attention or not.
Nope.
Yeah, so I'm kind of mad. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done this weekend because of the weather. Because doggo gets upset about storms. I'm not mad at the doggo. I'm just mad that we've got thunderstorms every weekend now. Saw one thing that said it was predicting 2 inches of rain on Friday. I was like, what? I mean, we need the rain, but that's a lot of rain for one day. It is a little messy because we're still kind of disorganized and I haven't trimmed up the extra fuzz. And that is an option. You can trim up the extra fuzzies off of there. I mean, it's gonna be fuzzy to a degree. That's just the nature of this. We're not making a plushie. So it is gonna be a little bit fuzz here. Okay. We will get all of this worked into there. Remember, if you stab a little too much, you're going to have to be gentle when you pull it up from the mat to flip it over. You don't want to go to town too hard without flipping it over. A fair amount of times here. Okay. You okay?
Yeah, Peabot's hacking.
Where is he?
On the windowsill.
Peanut, I really wish you would move from there. Speaking of, you probably need to blow out your computer.
Yeah, probably. Don't look that bad, but yeah.
I really wish you'd put the side back on, but... Alright. So I don't know how much more we're really gonna need here. Get some water. This is probably too much. So are you watching their infomercial
Watching their.
for Fallout?
Oh, I forgot that was a thing today. Not really.
Alright. And oh no, actually, is it gonna be enough? Oh, we're gonna be, well, no, maybe. Maybe. Let's see, I want to go down the middle here. Because this side wasn't super thick with the green. So I think I want to stay in the middle here till we get ourselves situated. Might need to add another little bit there. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to come down the middle on this side too. Just in the hopes of trying to keep it as wide as it was. Or at least close to. Probably not likely, but come back in through here. So, like I said, this takes a little bit of back and forth to really get those other colors kind of intermingling here. Right at this very moment, this section is a lot lighter than the rest of it. And I'm getting a little nervous that I'm gonna have to do something. And hopefully not overcorrect it. Although it's not like, oh, ow, my neck. It's not like we're going for a lifelike critter here. Do another jab through here. Try to get some of that green worked back through. Okay. Go through. Okay. And then we'll do one last jab through on this side. Alright, I think I'm gonna trim that now. Just to work on getting that cleaned up a bit. Because the excessive fuzziness is making it extra messy. So these are just scissors that came with a sewing kit of mine. Just clean it up. Carefully cleaning up. You don't want to cut into the edge of your project accidentally. That could be a little troublesome. Okay. So yeah, I'm just working my way around and just giving a little trimsy here. Just surface trim. Let's get all the little fuzzy guys. Now, I don't know if you could get away with using a razor on this part. I just don't know. I haven't tried it. It sounds super scary to me to attempt. Ed and Bean. Bean! Bean, leave Ed be.
What do you do?
He gave Ed a wake-up call and was trying to eat him.
Bean, don't eat Ed. You don't know where he's been.
Yeah, I know. Don't know where that orange cat's been. Okay, so like we didn't get an incredible amount off there, but it does clean it up a little. Doesn't look quite as crazily fuzzy. So after we stripe this guy, we will attach him somehow. Carefully. That's gonna be tough to get that in there. I mean, I think we'll be able to do it, but here's the dilemma though. Do I want to, you know, I kind of want to make one entirely and attach it. So that way I don't have a loose piece laying about. Alright, a little bit of water. What you doing, Snuffles? So I just grabbed a little bit of this coffee bean color. And I'm just trying to kind of twist a thin-ish line. Flip that up so it doesn't go flying. And then we are gonna start to stab this into here. I'm just gonna kind of lightly tap that back through the other side. And I might just need to like come back through and trim that again. We'll see how that goes. Was that from you? Hey, was that from you?
What?
The notification
No.
on Discord?
Nope.
Okay. You might need to put dog crunchies in the bowl. Because I don't know what Snuffles is up to over there. But it sounds like she's eating the footstool. Alrighty. And now we're just gonna work on getting some stripey bits in here. Alright, and watch your tail there, because if you don't trim that, then you're going to eat up that entire length into this little spot. I mean, if that's what you want, then, you know, whatever's. But if that's not what you're looking for, Bean, don't chase Snuffles. She's not as tolerating of you as Mr. Zuzu's. Alright, yeah, I might do another just quick trim. Oh boy. My knee is suddenly very, very angry when I tried to change positions there. Like, that wasn't happy. And like, this doesn't have to be like an exact spacing in between each other. Just working on putting in these little liney guys. And I'm just gonna kind of try to stab back through a little bit. Not too much. What's wrong?
Your mom wants you out again.
Oh. Okay. So we got another little guy here. Got that little tiny tail. I didn't hear her knock, so I didn't know why you were grabbing it.
Knock. She just shouted it in her tone.
Oh, I didn't hear her at all.
Well, not literally shout out. She can't shout.
Okay. We'll just kind of grab that little tiny extra bit and work that on up into there. Okay, so we got a few out of that little bit of fluff there. A little bit of water, like a drop, seriously. And most of that I let drip off of my finger in the cup, or I shake it off. Like, I don't want this super thick. To be honest, a couple of these that I've done seem a little thick, but I'm just kind of going with it. Like, whatever's. Alright, and we're just gonna work on that the whole way down now. Like, I'm not really dabbing real hard all the way through. That would be a lot to come back in and fix. Okay. I'm just kind of like surface stabbing. I'm not trying to go all the way through. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. That's up to you. But it'll be more work for me in the end if I go all the way through purposely. I'm just kind of lightly just stabbing just enough to get it to attach into the surface there. I mean, there's times where I'm gonna go through at least a little bit all the way. I really wanted to do the other one before getting to this stage, but I had the thought of then I have to keep track of this other piece for like the next week, or I could just finish the one side and get that attached. And when I'm moving over to the side, I'm just trimming the back side down a little bit. I know this is a different pair of scissors than I had a minute ago. But that's all I'm doing. I'm just trimming it over a tissue to try to keep track of all the little fuzzies. Doing the lightest of stab backs through the other side. I mean, you could wait and trim it all at one time. I mean, that's fine. I'm just doing it as I go. Okay. This piece kind of felt like it went all the way through. Now, I could have made this piece out of the polyfill and just covered it, but I didn't want it that stiff. I wanted a little bit of flexible room here. Check something here. Oh. Never understood Discord servers that are like, well, we only use the @everyone for really important things, and we're not going to overuse it. We don't want everybody doing that. It's only for like really like important messages. And then this one server I'm in, they're using it like more than I thought they'd be. At least lately, I'm like, did something change? Because I am like super confused. What are you working on?
Oh, I'm just typing on Reddit right now. Turn on servers.
They still haven't turned them on?
Nope.
When was maintenance supposed to end?
They didn't say.
I thought they did.
Oh, still down.
That's so strange. Hmm. Oh, it sounds like they are bringing Spooky Scorched in on this update.
Oh, really? Nice.
There was a discussion posted just now that said something about with Spooky Scorch up upon us and maintenance underway now. It's a great time to remind everyone of a few tips and tricks to help you maximize your rewards. we will deal with that later. One of the events they were trying to do a little bit ago bugged spectacularly in 76, and they had to scrap it. What's wrong?
Oh, your mom just needs to ride.
Does she need more
Doesn't look like it.
while you're there? Now, is the cat still locked up?
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, this is a little time consuming. But, I mean, it is a gift, so... I'm sure there's other ways I could have done this, but... This is just how I chose to do it. Alright. Probably get 2 more out of this piece. Probably. Oh yeah. In fact, this other one's going to be a little long. Okay. So this guy is probably a little long. Okay. Alright, I mean, so far it's looking pretty good on this little guy that we are toiling away on here. Suzu, Daddy will be back in a minute. He had to run down to the store real quick. They'll be like 5 minutes. If that. Oh yeah, probably 5 minutes. What? Daddy will be right back. What you shivering for? Oh, you're fine. You're fine, silly goose. You're fine. You're fine. Daddy, be right back. This actually feels a little thick. Buddy, no. We're not going nowhere. You're fine, and Mr. Man will be back in just a few minutes. It really won't be that long. They're probably almost on their way back now as it is. Literally right down the street to grab something. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Next bit here. Well, you know those seed pods? I don't know what tree they're from, but they kind of look like a really large, like tan snow pea pod or a pea pod. And then as the leaves are, as it's drying out, you start to see all these little brown stripes on it, I guess from the seeds inside this pods. They almost remind me of very large vanilla beans. That's kind of what this looks like. Okay. Alright. We're almost. We're over halfway with our striping. Now remember, I'm doing the face and head area last on this guy himself, so we're not gonna work on that until after we get both of these little flangey skirt pieces done and attached. Okay. But we are getting some mileage on this brown for the striping. Like, we don't need very much. And if you're worried your stripies are too thick, you can just kind of like angle nudge it onto itself a little bit. You really need to. Is Bean allowed to come out now or no? She's...
Yeah, she said she's in till dinner. She asked for her meatloaf today.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Alright, I'm probably gonna pull a steak from the freezer then instead. That chicken should be okay.
Yeah, it should be fine. I
because
forgot.
it's still frozen.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I had them a little bit closer up there. I probably could have had them a little bit more spaced out. I didn't realize I had them quite that close up there till now. I mean, I'm just gonna leave them like that. I don't feel like trying to rip them out. Like, I'm not gonna stress that. So, did you put that stuff in the dryer?
Yes.
Did it actually dry?
Check yet. It should be.
Okay. Just gonna get this stripey bit in here. And got that. Okay. This next one worked in. We're almost done with the striping. We've got a few more to go. But we are a lot closer to being done than we were earlier. Okay. Just trimming up the sides and the back as we are moving along here. Probably gonna have to snake out a little bit more fluff. Because what we've got here, I don't believe is quite enough. We're getting there, but just not quite enough, I think, in that piece to finish getting all the way down. And Cow and Bean are gonna serenade us. Well, Cow. Bean sometimes does a little battle cry when he's playing with toys. And I think I heard him use it on Peabut. But I haven't heard him use it on Cow. Alright. And I'm gonna trim that guy. I think I'm gonna be just short on what we've got pulled out. Oh well, what can you do, right? I mean, I've got plenty more of the color. Not like that's a huge issue. Oh, give it a rest, you two. Where the way you carry on? I think you two were related. Hi, hi, hi. And Cow's winning. Cow's not pinned to the floor. He's making all that noise.
Okay,
All
Mr.
that
Bean.
noise.
Thank you. Thank you. Stop now.
Stop what?
Tormenting Cow?
Eh. Cow is instigating it.
No, he's not. Cow's currently trying to walk away. No.
Cow's actually walking away. Cow never walks away. Leave him be, Bean. Bean, where's your ball? It was out in the kitchen. Last time I saw it. Under the sink. It was like under the edge of the counter. There. me trim that. There. And we'll trim that up.
No.
Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Wow. So apparently people are bitching on the forums, or one person in particular, about the maintenance time for Bethesda for 76. And somebody's like, all online games are like that though? Like, they're like, they are not all like that. People need to walk away and complain. It's like, somebody responded with like, yeah dude, they're totally going to rearrange employees' schedules because you complained. They are working on their own time frame. Besides, I think the maintenance said Pacific time, didn't it? Didn't maintenance say that it was going to be Pacific time?
Possibly.
I mean, that's not that unusual. I mean, Blizzard did the same thing with World of Warcraft, so... No time is ever a good time. But they pick a time when it works for them, so they don't have to pay employees extra to come in and do it overnight. It's not just the person running the update that you need in there overnight, you also need other troubleshooting people. In case something goes screwy. During the maintenance. did see my patch just forced itself to happen. I didn't tell it to do it yet, and when I was checking to see what time, if they had it posted anywhere that maintenance was supposed to be done, I saw it was in the middle of updating. Alright, even this is like probably too much. I don't need quite this much. I think I need to get in like 2 more, like 1 more after this one. Did I put this on the wrong side? I did. Dang it, I was supposed to be stabbing on that side. Oh well. Too late now. Excuse me. Probably need to scrape the mat here. I haven't done a mat scraping in a little bit. Alright, let me stick this back into its bag here. Okay. And we're gonna trim that. Okay. Now, to figure out how I'm attaching this. And this is gonna take some very careful stabbing and some patience. I feel to get that worked into there. Yeah, I think we'll probably be better off stabbing from this side. Okay. So all of that. Alright, so I'm going to be very, very careful here. And this is going to take some patience. To work this in here. Now, if you didn't want to quite go to this much trouble, and you wanted a little bit more movement to this particular spot, you could have probably just taken a piece of felt of the color that you're wanting and just kind of put your stripes in that way. And then just felted the felt, stab the felt in. This is gonna take a few minutes to get this guy in here. Okay, so take your time with this. So you're attaching where you want to be. And I'm just kind of wiggling that around in spots so I can gauge how attached I am. And any spots where I need to come back and maybe just spend a little more time. Attaching into that particular area. Now I'm coming down at a slight angle through this edge here that I've got up against our guy here. Just trying to hit that up a little bit more in that spot. not as attached as I would like it to be. Okay. Just trying to be mindful of my positioning here. It's a little bit tougher on the end here. It's not quite as stiff. Alrighty. Hey, we got one of the little doodles on. That is looking pretty good, I think. Alrighty. And, my neck is toast, so I think we're gonna pause there for the day. What?
Nothing.
What?
Just your neck being toast.
It's toast. It's toast. It was already not a great neck day to begin with, but I think we're at a good pause point. I don't want to be in the middle of making another one either and then have to keep track of it. So, and I don't have time to finish another one and get it attached in the time that we've got left today. But that is on there pretty good. And I am pretty happy with this guy. He doesn't fully fit into the frame. There we go. But yeah, that's not so bad there. This is our model. I think we're doing okay. So we'll be back tomorrow and we'll be working on Planet Zoo tomorrow. And I think we'll be wrapping up that education building, that learning center. I don't think we quite finished it. I'd started landscaping around it. I think we still need to do a lighting pass in the building. And I need to do our little, like, finish off. Did we finish off the picnic pavilion? I think I vaguely remember putting the tables in, but I know we definitely have to do a lighting pass. And then we need to figure out any last minute landscaping and start plotting out the wild boar habitat area and do some landscaping over with that staff area and come back to that one section that I kept saying I needed to go back to. And Thursday we are going to be doing a bonus stream for Katamari, weather migraine permitting. I don't know what time that's going to start because it depends on what time the new Katamari goes live. But that is the plan for the rest of the week. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And until next time, have a good one.